Hey everyone, Dr. Skylar Baku here, and in this video I want to talk about ligament stress syndrome. So it's a stress-related weakening of the ligaments, most likely from excess cortisol production, okay, which gets produced when we're stressed. And it can affect any ligament in the body, but it tends to be much worse, and it occurs much worse in the upper neck, so the base of the skull, and especially the low back. So, and the results from this can vary from severe, sharp low back pain to even temporary disability. You know, I've had patients carried in with this who couldn't even walk, by themselves. And I've unfortunately been through this many times, whether it's from, periods of stress or especially with working out too hard, okay, and dealing with some major back weakness and injuries, okay? So what makes this problem worse is that there's no apparent cause, okay? There's usually no lifting or any other type of movement that might cause the injury. So often when the ligaments are weakened, this way, just simply like bending forward to tie your shoe could trigger the sprain of those ligaments, okay? Or turning the neck very quickly, or just sleeping in a certain posture and you wake up, your neck's super stiff, you can't turn your neck. These are all signs that we've got some weakness or stress in those ligaments, okay? Or maybe even a sprain in those ligaments. So the cause of ligament stress syndrome is a buildup of stress in our bodies, in our nervous system, okay? It can be emotional stress, physical stress, like pain, lack of sleep, all those things, poor posture, chemical stress, too much caffeine, allergies, too much sugar, missing meals, okay, or even thermal stress, okay? So when the weather changes quickly, it goes from hot to cold, which never happens in Colorado, okay, right? But these things are all stressors on the body, and when that does, is it stimulates cortisol production in the body, and then that's what eats away and makes our ligaments weak, okay? So always, if for some reason, all of a sudden you just develop this pain, especially if it's debilitating pain and nothing really happened, or you just bent over and your back went out, or, you just turned pretty quickly and you heard a little crack in your neck and all of a sudden your neck's super stiff. These are all signs of ligament stress syndrome. And again, from that buildup of cortisol from stress over time. So if anything like this happens, please be aware of it. Let me know, obviously. But some of the things that we do to help repair that, I use things like ashwagandha quite a bit because these things help lower cortisol. Sometimes I use super low doses of lithium, which are really good. Okay, not like high doses of lithium that you'd use in mental illness cases, but super I guess you'd call micro doses compared to those that help to lower stress, lower cortisol in the body as well. So and then you have to rebuild those ligaments too. Sometimes using manganese. That's super helpful. I like to use Lurong from Supreme Nutrition products. That helps to rebuild, stimulate growth hormone, which also lowers cortisol, but it has a lot of nutrients and things like that for the joints. So, if you're dealing with anything like this, please know that it's likely due to some buildup of stress in the system. Just be very careful because, it's something that if you try to stretch it out, it'll actually make it even worse. So the ligaments are already loose, and if you try to stretch them even more, we could just create more damage, more inflammation. Okay, so be very careful with that. And if you have any questions, please, don't hesitate to ask us. I mean, these are things that can come with any common day stressors, holidays, big stressful events, or like I said, just common everyday stressors of poor posture every day. So stay on the lookout for that. And if for some reason you guys come down with any of these types of symptoms, please just let me know and we can talk about some solutions for that. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this about ligament stress syndrome and ligament weakness and ligament sprain. So again, I'm Dr. Skylar Baku with Baku Chiropractic and Functional Medicine. Our number is 720-998-7956.